All right. How's it going, lads and ladies? Uh, I did a little stream earlier, and I just want to kind of take another shot at it because I wanted to describe, I want to describe my deck. Deck that got me to, at my peak, 69 rank Mythic. Pretty awesome, right? 69. Um, and I just wanted to take another shot at describing it. I watched the video back. Um, Um, and I just wanted to I want to do a little bit of a better job describing. I'm kind of working on my speech here, just because, it'd be a nice skill to have. So yeah, we're gonna. Sorry, responding to something. Yeah, let's hop into the deck that got me kind of really high up the ladder. A little context. This is the highest I've ever been. Pretty hyped about it, pretty psyched, because the best I've been is like 250-ish before this. And I did that a few seasons. One with a Naya Legends deck that's focused around Agris Kos and Annie joins up, and then the other one was actually an alchemy deck based on uh, what's that Lord of the Rings horse? Is it Shadowfax? Maybe. Um, but yeah, this is the highest I've ever been. Just also everything else just rotated. All the cards. I'm playing alchemy, so I'm just playing cards from the Eldraine set and on. Wilds of Eldraine and forward. Um, so yeah, I mean, let's just go over the deck real quick. Um, so namesake of this deck is the push and pull. Deck's name is back and buys, so push and pull. If anyone goes to the gym, you know the reference. Um, so what does push and pull do? There's two modes. One is you destroy a tap creature. The other one is you can put two cards from a graveyard on the battlefield. They gain haste, and then you sacrifice them at the beginning of your next turn. So we're going to want to capitalize on cards with good ETBs, as well as cards that have death triggers, because this will be bringing out big bombs, and then they'll be dying at the end of the turn. So hopefully we can get a lot of value out of them before or during that one like short stint of time that we actually have the cards available to us. Um, so any reanimator deck has a few pieces. The first is filtering, or trying to get those cards into your graveyard. If you can get those big bombs in your graveyard and cheat them out early, beautiful, just beautiful. That's like the purpose of the deck. So we have a lot of discard and a lot of draw to find what we need. And then the most important piece in Bloomburrow that I have noticed, and I'm sure a lot of you have also noticed, is that we need anti-aggro. So we need a lot of early game removal, and we need it fast. Um, and the main sources of early game removal we're going to have is in these first two columns. So Tiny Bones, beautiful card. If you notice, I have a lot of one-ofs in my deck, just because I don't like to run a lot of net decks or anything like that. I like to kind of like make my decks um, a little bit different from the style of a net deck, is in they're like a little bit more unique every game. So I like to see I have one infamous cruel claw. All my reanimated targets are different, and that's just to capitalize on how much fun I'm having, first of all, because it's more fun when you're playing interesting games every time instead of kind of rinse and repeating that one game like over and over again. So yeah, I would prefer to have a different game every time. Um, just kind of the way I like to play. But but yeah, that's just kind of like a personal preference of mine. And then and then for the other side of that is um, if you get like a different game every time, you get to like learn more about your deck and learn about what beats it and everything like that. So I feel like it just like I'm not like obsessed with becoming like a really good player or anything. I'm not like interested in like I don't know. Um, I'm not really interested in like that aspect, like growing and like being like a pro at something. No, I just like, I don't know. I just think it's more fun this way. You kind of get to see the deck in a lot of different lights, and then it's like very unique from other decks where, um, oh, I killed their Emberheart Challenger. Oh, there's another Emberheart Challenger. Oh wait, there's another Emberheart Challenger. Obviously, we're gonna need 4 ofs in the deck. Namely the ill-timed explosion. I'll get to that in a little bit, but yeah, we'll just go through the cards here. Um, so yeah, Tiny Bones, 1 of, really nice card. Pairs really well with Shove Aside. Let's say you're in the play, they have a 1 drop. You put this down as your 1 drop before them. They play a 1 drop. You shove aside their 1 drop. You have a little bit more oomph on your next turn, right? On your second turn, you can play their 1 drop, um, and now they got 2 things to deal with. Even if they're like little shitters, like, it's something. You know what I mean? Um, so you do want that like those little tiny synergies in order to take advantage of everything. I've had games where Tiny Bones comes out and I have all this removal in my hand and I'm just reanimating like 2 or 3 things from their graveyard right off the bat if they're a creature deck. It's beautiful. It's not very likely, but it's just really nice. And then in your back pocket, you know what? He's a 1/1 with Death Touch. If you're playing mono red, they're swinging at you. You don't have removal in your hand. Perfect. You just trade him off. You know, it's just like a really solid 1 drop. Has multiple purposes. It's just gorgeous in any black deck. Um, but yeah, I'm a big fan of this card. Shove Aside is an alchemy card. Really, really nice. It's an instant if you're the second player to go, if you're in the draw, and it's a sorcery if you start off. So it's lovely against like mono red or anything like that because um, if they're going first, you have an answer to them right away. You know, and you have answers to them at instant speed. And there's a lot of tiny like little baby creature decks. A lot of the heist decks. I have one of the cards in my deck. It's called Impetuous Lootmonger. This card's a must kill immediately, or else they're gonna generate tons of value off the treasures. So Shove Aside is really key against that because um, you just kind of you slow down their game plan immediately, and then you have a chance to start building up yours. So really key card. Other removal pieces, Bitter Triumph, Feed the Cycle. Really nice cards. This helps me discard cards into my graveyard if I need to. Feed the Cycle. If I have a lot of cards in my graveyard, it just ends up being a 2 mana kill anything, including planeswalkers. Super nice. I'm actually considering putting 3 feeds and 2 Bitter Triumphs in the deck because sometimes I find myself damaging or taking too much damage from this when I'm playing against mono red. Just something to consider. Deck's by no means perfect, so have a lot of updates we can make if we want to. But yeah, here's next part is Lootmonger, 2 drop, 2/2 first strike. Biggest part of this card is like he shuts down so many like little shitter strategies. Just 'cause like you don't want to take like L's every time you're swinging with your tokens and stuff. So really nice. But also when you play him, you discard a card, so I can discard a bomb in my hand for reanimation later, and then you can heist someone's library. So let's say I'm playing mono red, I have Lootmonger and then something like Vaultborn Tyrant in my hand, and I have 2 mana. Vaultborn Tyrant's never going to come out from my hand because he's green and he's also too expensive. So play this guy, discard him, and then maybe I'd pull like a shock from their deck, useful against them. I have the choice of what I pick from their deck, so it's just like I just get all the options in the world. And then if I play their card, I get a treasure token, can ram me into something like an ill-timed explosion or like a Rakdos joins up. Really just a really versatile card. All the heist cards are really versatile, really strong. It's the bane of my existence in a lot of these best of ones because heist is just like widely seen across the alchemy format. So it's something that I had to keep in mind in all my decks. It's not really accounted for in this deck, but it hasn't been a huge issue. Heist definitely shits on this deck if it gets a good draw, but I'd say it's not like super lopsided. Maybe they win like a little bit more, but this deck is just so strong against the other decks. It just helps me climb the ladder a lot better. So yeah. Next card, Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Holy shit. This card sees no play ever, and it's so powerful. I don't know why it sees no play. For a graveyard deck, it's just like absolutely key. You play it, you filter your hand, you find what you need, you draw an extra card to replace this card, and then um, if you end up descending 3 times over 3 different turns, you discover every single time you cast a permanent spell. And I'm casting a lot of big permanent spells late game. Like let's say like I cast a Vein Ripper straight from my hand. I'll descend. I'll discover 6. Sorry. And let's say I like I discover into like Rakdos joins up. I get to reanimate something else. That's just 2 for 1 in every spell you cast. It's beautiful. If you don't even want to cast it, you get like an extra removal spell in your hand or something. Discover is really strong, and this just allows you to keep like capitalizing on that mechanic over and over again. It's pretty gas. Infamous Cruel Claw. So when I ran the deck similar to this, it was in last rotation, and I was running Crucius. That was the pirate, the 3/1 that allows you to discard and seek a card that's either greater or lower mana value. This card is definitely worse, like for sure. But this card is like an absolute must kill, like the Loot Monger. Like if I play this and they don't have an answer for it and they can't block it, it's almost game over. Because I'm just playing something for free off the top of my deck every time, just with the discard. And we know I want to be discarding, so this card just fits really nice into the deck. And it's just like really fun, you know. Like it's just like why wouldn't I want to play this card? It's just like having that like random aspect is so much fun in the deck. Even if it doesn't like work out and we lose the game, it's like whatever. Like this adds a lot of variety to the games, and I'm really for it. So. Sometimes you can animate something or just like play something really big at the beginning on like turn 4, and you're like, oh hell yeah, like this game's like pretty raps. So I've won a few games with this card, and I've seen no real downsides. I mean, 3/3 menace is pretty good to begin with. It's not like the best curve out, but it's just like that's not the best stats. I mean, but it's pretty fun. I really dig it. I have 2 the ends. So I was running. To 2 of that, let's see, what is it called? I was running a Terror Tide before, just because I had a lot of cards in the graveyard, in an old deck, that had the same design. But the issue is that Feed the Cycle is kind of a non-bow with that. It kind of like you either get rid of cards in your graveyard or you're using the cards in the graveyard for your Terror Tide. I found Feed the Cycle to be a little bit more valuable. And I have a lot of board wipes. I have 5 other board wipes, 4 ill-timed explosions, and 1 deadly cover-up. So I figured I could get rid of this in favor for some targeted like long-term removal. Like there are some decks, some of the most popular decks, like I said, Heist, will run this card a lot. Grenzo, Crooked Jailer. When it comes in, you heist target opponent's library, and then you can pay 0 for every card you heist, or for a card you heist each turn, which is unbelievably like godly strong. You can just play a free card of your choice from the 3 cards you pick from their deck, and you just keep going and going and going every turn if they can't remove it. So this card is just beautiful against that, because a lot of times they'll play Grenzo, and they'll also play Rakdos Joints Up. And this card is just exile removal for that, and for the rest of the Grenzos in the deck. It really shuts down a lot of their strategy. And it's just like a nice counter card. It is expensive. It's like, you know, that's whatever. Like it's kind of a pain in the ass, but at some point this will come in handy. There's also another deck that runs in Alchemy that runs Teysa of the Ghost Council, and this is their main win condition. So it's just they play it, and it'll keep bouncing in and out of exile every turn and producing a spirit, and the spirit grows and grows. It gets stronger and stronger based on how many times Teysa's bounced. So all of a sudden, like 3 turns later, she's hitting you with like 3, 4, 1 spirits in the air and a 4, 5 on the ground, and all for 4 mana and like no extra input. Like you need to get rid of this card right away, and if you can end it, it's perfect. You need these instant speed removals to deal with it, because she's not available when you're like board wiping. So it's nice to have a lot of instant speed removal. This is just like a really good card for that, even if it's a bit slow. Next card is the key to the deck, thing that kind of puts it all together. I played this deck without it for a little while on the last rotation, and I really did not understand what I was missing. This is just a board wipe plus filtering plus filling your graveyard plus if you don't need to do any of that. You just draw 2 cards. Um, it's just like all around, just like a banger card. Always have big drops in my hand. Look at all the cards I have in this heavy category for mana cost, so I'm always able to wipe whatever's on the board. It's just a really nice card. I will say that it is splashed into the deck. There's only 12 blue lands in the deck, or like opportunities to get blue lands with the new mana bases um, in this new rotation. So it is a little bit. It's a little bit tricky. Sometimes I get kind of fucked on it, to be honest. Like it just like I won't get the blue land, and that kind of ruins my whole game plan. Like I did a stream of it earlier, and as I saw earlier, like it really screwed up the whole thing. So um, if I can, I have to play this every game. It's just like it's definitely like the most cohesive and best card in the deck for so many reasons. It just does everything I need it to do, and it's just like hits on all cylinders. Obviously, I'm gonna kill some of my creatures sometimes, my early game creatures, but like the games are so aggro in the Bloomburrow meta. Like this is just so nice. Um, and then moving forward, Aclazotz. Best of 1 red is definitely the biggest threat, and this is definitely its biggest. Like it shits on it really hard. Um, so love playing this card. This card is a banger, um, and we love to see it get shit on, or the red decks get shit on. So happy to play the Aclazotz when I get the chance, and it always provides value. Even against like heavy removal and stuff like that, it's always gonna provide value. I'm always low on cards in hand, so I'm always able to like replay this. I don't have tons of card draw, but that's like kind of the point, is that I'm discarding stuff from my hand. So, um, this is just beautiful. It's just like a good mid-range part of my deck that I can play if I need to, and also I can reanimate it with like Rakdos joins up as like a 6/6 flyer with lifelink. It's just like really nice. Deadly Cover Up, another board wipe. Nice to get rid of those big threats in the deck, like I talked about at the end. Rakdos joins up, my first reanimator spell. Really strong. Not as strong in this deck, just because I don't have a ton of like huge legends. I only run 3 legends in the deck that are like reanimator targets: Aclazotz, Calamity, Galloping Inferno, and Grenzo Crooked Jailer. And that's kind of where you get that damage, that extra like input damage from these cards, but it's really not the point. This is just like, it's nice to like get those extra counters, and sometimes you get a little bit extra damage on it. It's kind of like the best reanimator I found. One thing I did consider is a Coiling Rebirth, and I might play around with it a little bit, because I'm thinking like I can just create a token of anything else that I reanimate, so I could like create like reanimate a trumpeting Carnosaur and get like 2 of them, or like a Vein Ripper and get 2 of them, or like a Crocodile and like give everything -4/-4 instead of -2/-2, and it's like a lot of options there. I'm actually like, now I'm like kind of like talking myself into it, to be honest. It's like kind of like a sick card that hasn't really seen any play yet. Do I add that now? I mean, like, we're just like, I'm not gonna be showcasing my like really good deck if I do this. I think the 2 counters is really strong. Yeah, I think I'll hold off on that for now, but maybe I'll add it in the future. I'll play around with it. Push pull, like I said before, namesake of the deck, back and buys, and it's just like we want to reanimate 2 big threats that may have some synergies with each other at the same time, and then they can swing in for big damage and give me value in other ways. So I'll go through those targets now, and I'll talk about how they like work together. Perforated Crocodile, just gas card in the case that you're like really behind on board. So let's say like you're playing like a token deck, and they've got like 10 1/1s or something. Like they just like had like a massive turn. Play this, it wipes it. They have like 10 3/3s. Oh shit! Like I either board wipe them or it's done. oh wait, I play this, they're all 1/1s now, and they take 20 damage at the beginning of their turn. It's just like, this is like a really nice card. You can cycle it so it plays well into the discard like early in the game. Just something you like, you always want to see in your like, maybe not opening hand, but like you always want to see it at some point as like a possible option you reanimate. It's really nice to have like a toolbox in your graveyard where you can like pick what you need at what time. And this plays really nice into that. Vein Ripper, best finisher in my deck, like almost by far. Um, Pairs really, really well with Calamity, Galloping Inferno. Because if you push pull on these two cards, Vein Ripper and Calamity, Calamity saddles Vein Ripper and she makes two more of them. You swing in for the 4 with Calamity and the 12 in the air with the 2 Vein Rippers, and then when everything dies at the end of the turn, you are getting like unreal triggers with the Vein Rippers, like maybe at least 10. I don't know. I never counted because they're always dead before like the end of the turn. Um, but yeah, this is just like an unreal combo. It works like almost every time. Another really good combo with Calamity is Trumpet and Carnosaur. You you copy it twice and you swing in for 14 with the Carnosaurs and 4 with the Calamities, and then you also discover 5 3 times if you're push pulling these two together. Really strong, really fun too. You get to just like basically like play like a big chunk of your deck with like one spell and deal like dummy damage. It's really fun. Grenzo is an awesome Rakdos joins up reanimator target just because he's a legend, and you can heist someone's library and look at 3 cards and then play one of them for free if he survives that interaction, or that if he survives like that his like entering on the stack. But yeah, super 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 strong. One of the best like if it survives cards you'll win cards in the alchemy meta. I'd say like it's just like there's not many other huge targets that provide quite as much value as he does. Because every turn you're stealing something from the other person's deck, they can't play it, and you can play it for free. So if they're playing like any big threats, this thing just like takes over the game immediately. Really fun card, really strong, and also like a pain to play against. I hate playing against this card because if I can't deal with it, it's just like, oh fuck, the game's over. So yeah, this isn't a reanimator target, but Virtue Persistence, really solid early game removal as well, and you can reanimate with it late game. It's something I'd like to have more of, but I'm kind of not like a dump my money into games kind of guy. Just like I want to like play things for free. Like I played like played like 4 or 5 years of like Fortnite, never bought a single skin, and like I don't know, just like I'm not trying to pay money. I just like kind of want to like build decks as I go and like earn stuff, and it helps me like kind of work on like making things work with like less powerful cards and like exploring synergies that way. I think it's like a unique strength that's the people like free to play players have, is that they're not just copying a deck online and buying all the wild cards, you know, like they have to kind of work with what they got and make something interesting and cool. So you know, I would get 2 of these if I could. I have the Mythic wild cards, but I kind of saving up for like a cool new brew that I'm thinking about. So gonna leave that one on the side for now. Vaultborn Tyrant. This is my last reanimator target. And I got 2 of them in the deck. That is because if I push pull the Vaultborn Tyrants together, it is unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. And you can even copy the Calamity if you can only find one, but you bring them both out at once. 2 6/6s swinging in, but more than that, you gain 6 life on each of their triggers, so you gain 12 life and draw 4 cards. And when it dies, it leaves behind 2 6/6s, and both of them draw you 4 cards and gain you 12 life. Unbelievably powerful. Like sometimes I'm afraid I'm gonna deck out when I play this card. Unbelievably powerful. Like really fun to play as well. And it works really well with Calamity. Definitely one of those cards where like, oh, maybe I could play more Carnosaurs in this, and I'm just thinking about that, but you know, I don't give a shit. It's like either of them are really good. I like whatever, you know. So yeah, this is the deck. Biggest struggle has been land recently. I may consider subbing out some lands. I don't know. Like I'm always working on the deck. It's not like It's not like a set thing. I might like put in a new like island or something. I don't know. Just I find myself a little bit screwed with these lands. Um, but you know, I mean, deck, like I said, deck at its peak got me to rank 69, which was like pretty sick, and I'm at rank 90 now, which is like like I've never been like this highly ranked in anything in my life. It's pretty sick. So I'm pretty happy with the deck. You know, I don't need to play with it that much at this point, but you know, I'm gonna start playing some new stuff. You know, I'm not like trying to just like grind this deck for like a whole month, like trying to get as high as I can. So like, um, you know, I'll play around with it. I don't really like a rank's a rank. It's not a big deal. I feel like people get hung up on that kind of stuff, you know. Um, so yeah, play a game or two. Um, if you sat through all that, thanks for watching. I mean, no one's watching right now. I know that, but I might post a YouTube video. I don't know how to edit anything or like that, so yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't know. I'll just figure it out. Um, but yeah, if anyone does see this, that means I did make a YouTube video, and that means I'm proud of myself. But yeah, we're gonna go into some games. I kind of wanted to strike while the iron is hot, cause this deck is like really fun, and it's really interesting and unique, and it also performs really well, and like in a way I didn't really expect it to. So you know, pretty happy with everything about it. So I'm gonna keep this. It's kind of like a risky keep, just because the lands are absolute dog shit. But I am on the draw, and I don't want to go to 6. And I have a little. I guess I only have one piece of removal. But he's playing mono red, and that is bad news for me. I'm gonna have to bitter triumph here on the Heartfire Hero. Goal is to draw red and then eventually run into ill-timed explosion. See if I can pull a good reanimator target from my library and put it in my graveyard and wipe the board. Yeah, this is just a nice start for him. Deadly cover-up's not what I want to see, but I'm just gonna wait and see if I can pull something good from his hand before I use this. It's always like, oh, do I want to see them draw another card, or I mean, look, this is just like a nice start. He has no stick on his plays, so he doesn't have anything to buff his creatures yet. Lovely. All right, so we get a Fabled Passage. We'll do a red next turn. Hoping that I can keep my life total a little bit higher. I'm hoping that he just plays like a slick shot or something, or like maybe even plays like a few Heartfire Heroes, like something that can't really threaten me right now. Or just waiting around while I prepare for my board wipe. If he targets the Heartfire Hero, I might just go with a kill spell. Alright, I'm gonna let him play this out because it's gonna die next turn anyways. Brambleguard Captain. Wow. I'm surprised he's this high rated with that card. That card doesn't seem very good. Dane's Double Strike. I'm really glad I chilled on that. Yeah, that was really nice. Alright. Wow. I feel really good about that. That's crazy. Alright, so we're gonna grab a red here. And ill-timed explosion. Probably gonna pitch a Lootmonger. Yeah, that's the perfect pitch. And yeah, I'm gonna do that in a Crossroads. Just because the shove aside's really strong against red, and I mean, I don't really have anything to reanimate. Yeah. I'm just gonna. I don't need to get the mana for the reanimator right now, so I'll take that damage to the face like a man. What do you got for me, pal? Slick shot. Alright. Lovely. Alright, so I'm going to try to pull a 2-drop so I can play the shove aside as well. And I'm going to discard the Rakdos joins up. Alright, so we're going to grab a slick shot. We get the treasure. And I'm just going to swing. And maybe apply a little bit of pressure. Target creature is plus X plus 0, where X is its power. I still think Slick Shot's just like way stronger than that. I don't know. Just like, I don't get, like, I guess you could make it like a fucking beast later. I'm just not gonna attack. I'm gonna see if if he's gonna pump it up, he's gonna want to pump it up beforehand. Oh, he's not gonna swing. All right. Oh, that's what we needed, baby. All right. So like I said, I'm not even gonna attack now. Like, I don't trust mono red, but like this is just like the bane of mono red's existence. Like, you play this, you gain life, you make them discard, you even draw cards if they're empty-handed. It's just like, just kind of like a nut draw. Bane Ripper's like a close second. Just because it doesn't gain life immediately. Like, they can still swing and like deal damage like through this, and it'll kind of fuck you up a little bit. This is instant. It's a really bad draw if they draw this and then just like kind of pile through my Aclazotz. But they're not going to. Alright, he's kind of getting land screwed. We might get a little bit lucky with that. Alright, just going to grab a swamp here. And play the Vein Ripper, and I think he might scoop here. I'm just going to keep leaving this guy back. But like, I don't see, like, how do you come back from this when you're mono red? I don't mind playing it a little bit safe, even if it's a little bit too safe. Manifold Mouse, that's a good draw. It's not going to be enough. He's going to have a 4/4 double strike. Double strike and trample. Alright. So if I block all 3, 1, 2, 3, that's 6 to him. Yeah, he dies next turn if I block all 3. Lovely. Yeah, I'm just playing off the Vein Ripper because he'll take 6 damage from it. I'll gain 6 life. And I'll swing for 10 in the air next turn, and it's wraps. No cards in hand on his side, so, you know, pretty clean game. My opponent definitely got a little bit screwed on lands. But hey, you know, fuck him. He's playing mono red. I will say one thing. Alchemy players, I don't know if anyone watching ever plays Alchemy, but they do not have a creative bone in their body, man. They play whatever's on the menu. And he died. I'm surprised. I didn't even do the math on that. But yeah, now he's like double dead. And we will swing. Boom, boom. Dubski. Yeah, and that's a pretty suspect draw, but we drew what we needed to get, so we relied a little bit on the deck running nice, but yeah, pretty happy with that one. Just like it's really nice about graveyard decks and Reanimator and stuff. Like, what I like is that I like playing like the Timmy gameplay, like where I get big ass creatures out and kind of just like have fun doing that. And Reanimator, you know, lets you do that. Lets you just have a good time, even if it's a little bit weaker, like in the long run, in terms of like playing cards that might not be great. at the beginning of the deck, or at the beginning of the game. Alright, untap all creatures, target player controls, target creature gains double strike. I'm gonna take the challenger, just because I want to play it next turn and get a treasure, and the other one doesn't seem very useful. If he doesn't kill my loot monger, I get a treasure. It's a big if. Lovely. Alright. See? Shuts down that guy. And here, I would have one card in the graveyard. I'm gonna keep this. I might try to play the Carnosaur. No. Yeah, let's just do it. He's gonna. Oh, he traded. That's fucking sweet. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. That's nice. Yeah, if I draw another land here, I don't know why I didn't keep that. It's just like guaranteed Carnosaur. Oh, this guy's playing perfectly into what I want. All right, I'm just gonna hold. Or yeah, let's just hold. Let's just hold. Let's see. Tunnel Grinder's not great here. I mean, this is annoying because he's going to get two, but I have to get rid of one of these. Good thing is I'm Carnosaur next turn. Alright, let's see if he's about this or not. Ooh, not the best hit, but got really fun. I love this hit. Yeah, we're gonna try to push this guy in for damage if he doesn't have another lightning helix. He does. Alright. All good. Now, will he attack? He doesn't. I'm gonna tunnel grind here. Yeah. I want to start getting some shit into my hand. Lovely. Get that in the graveyard. Swing. Alright. The beat's going. He's got a lot of planes. He's not running a typical mouse deck, which is nice to see. He's running. Wow, how many cards is he running? 64 plus. He's running like 70 cards. Target a spell. All right. I want to see if he's gonna pump this card up at all. He has no stick, so I'm just gonna forge here. You. Alright. Not the best draw, to be honest. Kind of flooding a bit. Thing is against these decks is like I could be toast next turn. I just never know. But you know, you just gotta keep top deck and see what happens. See something like that earlier when I filtered out this Vaultborn Tyrant with the Surveil land. It's like if I was playing another Carnosaur instead of that, like maybe I would have just been able to play the Carnosaur. So you know, I don't know. Maybe it's not like the best idea to have so many of those tyrants in there, but They're just such a good reanimator target. I love playing them, so. Alright, he's gonna give this guy haste or something? No, he's not. He's gonna try to kill my Carnosaur. Oh, brother. Alright. We're gonna swing in. We love this card. I'm gonna get rid of the mouse. Oh, oh my god, he double blocks. Alright. We are gonna get some card draw going here. I have all the blue and red I need. I'm just gonna grab a random land. Pretty good draws against mono red if I had some land, but also this isn't mono red, but you know what I mean. That was a lovely trade. I think he's given up, yeah. Good game. Oh, baby. 79. Alright. I'm gonna run one more. If I take an L here, I'll be pretty sad. Sucks to end on a loss, but let's try not to make it happen. 12, 15. Nope. Oh, I do have black. Yeah, that's pretty good. I will keep that. I'm gonna try to race to my deadly cover up, especially now that I know he has dinos. No land? Is that? No, he has land. He almost juked me out there. I mean, yeah. I'll run this guy out, and I'll hold him. And hopefully he taps both of these guys down, so I can steal something next turn. Maybe I could even steal some of these guys and cast the Ball-Porn Tyrant or something. I don't know. Alright, we are going to play this and swing in with this. I just need a land. Oh! That's not a land. I just need a land, and then like his whole game plan kind of falls apart. I have some stall until I need to get there. Oh my god, he's playing 4? That's a crazy hand. He can still play a 5-drop right now. I think I might do this again. I'm okay with trading with 2 of these. Damn, this is a horrible run out of lands. I can't imagine anything that would be like super threatening like from the get-go, except for maybe like a Galta. In Alchemy there is no Itali, by the way. Yep, that's a really nice card. It's definitely something that could fuck us up if we don't have the right answer to it. I'm gonna see if this resolves. He might have protection. Hexproof and indestructible. Alright. Alright. Well, he gets another one of these. It's better than getting a treasure. Okay. He's got like a fucking huge board, but let's hope he plays the rest of his stuff out, and if he has another one of this, then we might be a little bit screwed. play your Bone Horde, if he doesn't tap, if he like just plays it and doesn't tap these guys, then he's got no Smuggler Surprises left. Oh wow, that could fuck me up. That will fuck me up. Wow. Yeah, that might be wraps. That's a huge, huge card. I ran a little bit too slow on that deadly cover up. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 8, 11. It's a token. Yeah, he gets me with that. Yeah, I think he gets me. Control die. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna see if he's like a little bit of a pussy and doesn't go for the kill. I don't know. 'Cause like theoretically, he can't kill me this turn. Next turn I board wipe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 16 because he can double this guy's power. Well, Toby forgets about that. 16, 7, 8, 9. He can do 19. Yeah, he knows. He knows. Alright. Yeah, alright. Oh, man. If I just drew land one turn earlier, I would have won. That's a shame. Oh, well. Alright. I'm going to chill there. I don't think there's anything I could have done differently there. You know what? I probably on that turn I tried to exile the Dracosaur. I could have just kill spelled it instead. That might have been dumb because I had 2 kill spells in my hand. But you know, you never know. I should have recognized the tapping. Those guys or the dinosaur only mana was an indicator, but you know, we'll live and learn from that. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. You know, let me know what you think. I can run over the deck stats real quick. Full display. Let's see here. So this is the stats. 51 and 18. I was at 80% before I got to like this really high rank. So we'll work at lower ranks a lot better. But yeah, this is what I'm running right now. Pretty good. Adding these just seems to be a lot worse. Yeah, maybe I gotta bring it back to that old deck I had.